Hello, hello, hello. Sonia here with Just Be Aquatics. I am going to talk about the plants I chose for the Gastrodermus Hastatus or tail spot cory tank and why I chose them. So my intention was to keep this a rather soft water tank. I'm going to aim for a 6.8 pH and I want the tail spot cories to be comfortable enough to breed in this tank. And so in order to do that, because I want to breed them in this tank rather than collecting eggs, that's going to be my first attempt. I need very dense plant coverage. So as you can tell, I've had some struggles along the way. I always planned to have guppy grass, and I did have a couple batches, but over time I've lost a bit. But that batch right there is doing really well. I used a plant weight to hold it down to get it rooted. I have aqua soil back there. I'd also started with Java moss, of which I have a few little small patches left, but with the different iterations of this tank, I have lost the bulk of that. So, because I think I'm going to go with Taiwan moss. So I actually got a really cool seed pod from Aquarium Zen in Seattle. And then I went ahead and just used fishing line to secure it to the seed pod there. Taiwan moss, which I think might be a little bit easier to work with than Java moss. The guppy grass, by the way, the scientific name for guppy grass is Najas guadalupensis. I try to do scientific names as much as possible. I will also have a spawning mop in this tank. Now I had started initially for the stem plants. I wanted something that was going to be really dense and like really feathery. So I had started with water hedge or Didipilus diandra. And that actually ended up melting off really fast. It was just too fine. So then I added Bacopa. Now I had Bacopa in here that was a lot fuller when I got it and I planted it in the aqua soil, but I ended up having an emergency travel out of town. So during that time, it melted down. It actually just lost its leaves and somehow became unplanted and floated throughout the tank. So I had to replant it, but you could see I'm getting growth coming back, which is nice. So that's probably just going to take a while. But what I really am excited about, and that's Bacopa caroliana, more than likely. I'm excited about the fanwort or kabomba, which will give me that kind of feathery, dense, planted effect, which I think will be really nice for the Gastrodermus hastatus, because I want to community breed them in here. And so in order for us to do that, we need lots of dense vegetation so that the fry can survive. So super excited about that. But I do have the spawning mop so that I can at some point take out eggs if I need to. Trying to get some close-ups of the hastatus because they're just super cute. Now I also have, in addition to these species that I just talked about, I do also have a floating plant, which is Salvinia cucullata, otherwise known as Asian water moss. It's really cool because it's a floating plant, but it actually kind of holds its form very well versus, for example, like, like duckweed, which gets everywhere. This Salvinia cuculata actually gets a really nice shape. It holds together well and it just expands that way. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so those are the plants that I have. It's been a couple months now, at least a month and a half since I started this tank. I had the emergency out of town where I was pretty much gone for most of the month of June. So really I'm behind with the plants, but I do have fish in here and I'll be adding some more soon. So I'm excited to see this plant grow in, and I'm excited with the plants that I've chosen. Thanks for watching.